Video rolling. Okay. Let's start this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Aftcast Tenerife Afternoons. I'm your host, Tim Dowd. It's Monday, April the 5th, 2021. And here we are on the balcony. If you're joining us on YouTube, you can see it's a little bit cloudy today. I've upped the exposure rate a little bit, but that's blown the background out. Those of you listening on podcasts, it doesn't matter. It's just my voice. On today's show, we got a little bit of weather. We got the latest in the COVID information from yesterday. There's one big headline in Janet Anson's website, and I'll go through the government website too. If you want to join me on an Aftcast, contact me through timothydowd.com. Send me an email, and we'll get together, organise what you want to talk about, and there you go. You're a star. Enjoy the show. So yeah, welcome to the Uncut version. I got a brand new, I'll start again. Yesterday I recorded this, and then I did something else, and then I did something else, and then I ended up uploading it, and then it took ages to upload, and then it ended up being middle of the night when I did it. So I did a premiere, and everybody says, "Oh, what are you doing up so late?" and all that stuff. And I realized today that if I just go live, it's already on YouTube. So this is actually live. Unfortunately, you can't see it because you don't have the link, and I did it as an unlisted, you see, because I didn't want to have to chat to people. I know that's a bit stupid, but if you want me to do this live in the afternoon, around about this time, I can't guarantee what time it'll be, but it'll be somewhere between, let's say, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I'll just go and do this, but I won't answer any questions or look at any comments or anything, because I just got to do it and go. In fact, I probably just leave this as it is. So this is going to go up as soon as it's finished and it's processed. So you got the HD version. I'll turn it to live, or I might even do a premiere. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, we'll do this, and then I can just grab this audio that I'm recording here and stick it on the podcast. Just cut it to the sections, and then on the podcast. So that's pretty cool. So that's the uncut version. It's actually going out right now, so it's going to help me get out a lot faster. Obviously, with it being uncut, I don't have to cut it. But I must admit, sometimes I do cut bits out, like if I swear and stuff. So I've just got to be a bit more careful. Or if I'm doing something that's taking a long time. But usually it's okay, because you can look at the wonderful scenery behind me. Actually, I'm going to go wide now, just to show you. There you go. So that's the cloudy stuff. So we'll keep it as wide now. And we'll see that. That's okay. Let's do the weather. What I've done is I've taken some screenshots as well to give you a bit of eye candy while I'm talking. Well, there's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days, so they say. Those of you watching on YouTube can see here I've got my fantastic app up there. And it says everything's in the low 20s, and all of a sudden every day is cloudy. I don't know where that happened. They've been promising sunshine all week, and then one day it's all cloudy. I don't know how they do it. Let's go over to the next one, which is a satellite picture. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can see we got a load of cloud around us, and it seems to be, sort of like up to the north of us, but coming in from the west, if you know what I mean. If we zoom out to the Atlantic view, you can see that it's just around us. and that up by the northern Europe, it's looking pretty clear. I know you got a lot of snow in Scotland today, but that's the isobars giving you high wind from the north. I think I've got a picture of that as well. That's it. So you're just on the cusp of a high pressure, but the low pressure that's behind you has brought then snow there. In the mid-Atlantic, we've got two lows, which are giving us the clouds, I suppose. But don't worry. That weather is going to go to super spring again before you can say, Bob's your uncle. And that was your weather for today. Yes, it's still warm. It's still fairly warm. T-shirt weather, shorts weather. I'm always in T-shirts and shorts, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, let me just give this exposure a bit of a boost. There you go. We'll go up to about there, and we'll lock that. We'll lock the white balance as well. Can't do anything with the focus on this one because it automatically focuses as I come forward or go back. There you go. I got something today. Where is it? I think it's here. Here we go. I've been using these cables for quite a while. They're called Du-Kabel. Du-Kabel, I don't know if you can see that. What they're called. Du-Kabel. D-U-K-A-B-E-L. German made. Very, very strong cables. What this one does, it takes a TRRS connection, which is the tip ring sleeve, which is for plugging into things like mobile phones or stuff where you've got like a headset and a microphone. And it splits the headset and the microphone out. So I can plug that into a phone, and then I can have an external microphone and an external headset. So that's what I use that one for. I got one here as well, which I found plug it. Well, there you go. If I unplug it, I won't be able to hear anything, which it doesn't really matter. I can do that. But basically all it does is it splits one headset into two. So you put that in a headset thing, and it'll let both of you listen. So great. And I really like them, and I gave her a thing online, a recension. What do they call it? A recension. And basically, they sent me one free of charge for review. So I'm not getting paid for this at all. I'm not getting paid for this. And what it does, it's a TRRS to TRS converter. Now, I needed one of these for Juliana the other day, and I bought one from a camera manufacturer. I bought the official one from the camera manufacturer, and I think it was about $12, 12 euros. And this one comes in at 9 something. And I mean, they're both very good, both very sturdy. But this one's a little bit cheaper. And basically when I got it, I wasn't happy because it didn't work. It didn't work at all. And what happened was I hadn't pressed this bit in far enough. And what I'm using it for is I've got this Rode lav mic, which is like a lavalier, which clips on my shirt out of sight when I'm out and about. It's not as good as this one though, but it is okay. And that plugs into a mobile phone, which is what I wanted at the beginning. But now I've got these, what they call transmitters, to go to the receiver, which plugs into my iPhone or my iPad, which is this one. There's Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I'll not do a review on this because there's loads of reviews on this online. And they didn't send me this, I've had to buy it. Well, in fact, you bought it. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And yeah, so I have to do a review of this. So because I don't buy stuff from Amazon, I try to do a review. It won't let me do it because it says you haven't bought $50 worth of stuff in the last 12 months. So, well, you can't do a review then. Oh, shame. But I can ask a question. So I asked a question, can I use this for this? And they answered, yeah. So that's okay. So this is the bit of the review that I couldn't do on Amazon. And I'm going to send them the link to this as well. And with the time code in and everything. So thank you very much, do Cable. And if you are interested in that, they do some really, really good quality cables. So if you need splitter cables or weird cables, I've even got one that I can't use because it's two stickers and one female. It's the wrong way around for what I need, but I bought it anyway because I wasn't sure what I needed. And they're only about $8 or $9 each, or euros or pounds, whatever it is. And yeah, made in China, but very good quality. Anyway, that was not a paid promotion, by the way. You got to say that these days, otherwise they demonetize you. Where are we going now? Oh yeah, COVID. Are you ready for COVID, guys? You ready for COVID? Are you ready for COVID? Are you ready for COVID? Me too. Let's get the pictures ready. Got some nice pictures for you. COVID-19 update. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your COVID-19 update for the 4th of April 2021 at 2 p.m. And we have the whole of the Canary Islands at 4,765 active cases, which was up from the last time we looked. And if we zoom over to Tenerife now, Tenerife has gone up to 2,491. So we were just above the 2,000 last time we looked. There it is, big and blue in the middle of the picture if you're watching us on YouTube. And it's 1,200 and something in Santa Cruz, 550 from La Laguna, 141 Arona, 116 Adeje, and 100 Granadilla de Abona. All of those have gone up since the Friday. The rest are under 50, which is okay. And if we look at the trend there of the 7-day average, we saw it coming down and down and down, and now it's turned the corner slightly again. We just hope that it's not going to go skyrocketing. We nearly hit the 50 at the bottom, but we didn't. We turned back at 52, and now it's 52.7 as of yesterday. So that was the COVID for today. Okay, so thank you very much for that. For the COVID people. The COVID people. Oh, this software I'm using as well is called Switcher Studio, and they've decided to put more stuff that you can do on it. So I can actually do things like this now. I can actually get like a side one and two other ones, and these can be either pictures or videos or other people. So if you come in on the guest list, or if I've got a second camera set up, I can get two people on there, so it looks a bit more like a newscast. Oh, that's quite good. And this one I like as well. So if we do that, and that, it sort of puts it sort of side by side. CinemaScope. So that's quite good as well. And then we can solo this. Oh, solo mio. Anyway, so where are we going now? Oh yeah, we did COVID. Janet Anscombe. This is quite interesting. This thing here. So we're going to go and do this now. Let's go over to janetanscombe.com. Well, we got one big headline for Janet Anscombe today, and the headline is to do with the guy that we've talked about before, and it's Jorge Marichal, the president of Ash Hotel, resigns after courts confirm prison sentence. There is a huge amount of noise on the regional media today about a prison sentence imposed on Jorge Marichal, president of the Hotel and Tourism Association, Ash Hotel, and Kehat. Reports say that the courts have upheld a sentence for alleged tax fraud passed in 2019 of 2 years imprisonment, over €500,000 in fines, and ineligibility for various state and fiscal benefits or aid. Marichal himself has said in interviews that he is calm about the matter because there was absolutely no intent to commit fraud, and the fines demanded by the courts as civil liability have already been paid. But I didn't stop. It was the page wouldn't scroll up. So where's my clicker when I need it? Hang on. There we go. Where have we got but? President National tells us tax accrue. But where's the but? Oh, she's changed it. She's changed it slightly. That was clever. I was reading an old version. That's why I wouldn't scroll anymore, because she's updated it as well. Here's the amount of noise. Blah, blah, blah. Management says there's a kill. Okay. But I've got to change that. In element for Sassio. Or aid. Okay, so we finish aid. Marichal himself says that the so-called offence is a dispute over the criteria applied by the tax authorities and his corporate fiscal advisors to a tax accrual and deferment resulting from property transactions back in 2005, and that all monies demanded have been paid, and that he's surprised to hear the custodial sentence ratified. Marichal says indeed that the fines amounting to €585,895, along with the corporation tax claimed of €292,947, plus interest of €200,000, were all settled instantly on demand. Nonetheless, he says he will comply with the decision of the courts, despite this complete disagreement with its judgment. He insists indeed that there was no malice or intentionality whatsoever in the so-called offence, and in fact disputes that the case should have been brought before the court at all, claiming that it should have remained as an administrative tax dispute. Marichal says that although it is a strictly fiscal matter deriving from a disparity of criteria in a specific event and operation, unrelated to my public activity and to the organisations he represents, he understands that the matter has a significant impact as a direct result of his public profile. As such, he says, I will take the most appropriate decision, as I have always done, in the interests of the associations I represent. He is stepping down as president of the associations. He understands that the matter has significant impact as a direct result of his public profile. As such, he says, I will take the most... Well, she's still editing this because this is that's it twice now. Okay, so I'll just finish it. I will take the most appropriate decision as I have... I will take the most appropriate decision, as I have always done, in the interests of the associations I represent. So that was it for Janet Anscombe. I'll have to go back and see if she writes any more. I'm too quick. That's what it is. I'm way too quick. How are we going to finish this now? I'll cut it for the podcast, don't worry. The podcast, they won't notice that I'm such a Faulty Towers guy. Such a Faulty Towers guy. Hey, nice news. I'd like to thank Janet Anscombe for all her hard work, and don't forget to go and see. Is that okay? I don't think so either. I'd like to thank Janet for all her hard work, and don't forget, go and visit her at janetanscombe.com. That's better, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Ladles and jelly spoons. Where are we now? Oh, yeah, the government. The government. We've got to go to the government. So welcome to the government website. That is gobiernodecanarias.org/noticias, which means news. And the headlines there are: the government approves a decree law to expedite the management of European recovery funds. So that means we're going to get some money, and they're going to expedite the distribution of that. The sub-headlines there's 4 of them in the boxes. One of them, health reports 125 cases of COVID-19. The government will build 2 maximum security buildings to concentrate essential services. I think we read this out earlier on another one. And chambers of commerce to begin to pay the first of the SMEs and the self-employed of the government of the Canary Islands. Oh, we saw that one the other day as well. Good. And Treasury goes to private markets to refinance 1.84 million debt this year. I think I read that out, but I didn't understand it because it was in Spanish. And there was a couple that took my eye here. I'm not going to read all these out, but one of them was the GMR Canarias increases sales of agri-food products by 15% in 2020. So the farmers are producing more. And the one below it there, the autonomous police sees 3 exotic animals that were allegedly for sale through the internet. So don't be doing that. So that was the government for today. I like those jingles. I got another one here as well, but I don't got anything for it. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, it isn't. Okay. Let me put this on just for fun. Right, so we're on this desert island now, and the sun's beating down, but unfortunately it's beating down on top of the clouds. I quite actually like it like this, but you can still burn here. The UV is also very high here, so you will still burn if you're not careful. So I just hope that all the decisions that UK makes for leaving the country and being able to leave and getting the vaccines done, and there's lots of opinion in the papers about what's going to happen and who's going to do what. I think we just wait and see at the moment. No more speculation from me, I don't think. My only thing that I think will happen is there will eventually be a corridor between the Canaries and the UK. So even if Spain doesn't open up totally, I think the Canaries and the UK will come to some sort of understanding. I hope they don't sort of have to or create this so-called vaccine passport. I don't mind having some, in Germany they've got this pass for the vaccinations, and what it does, you stamp it to make sure you don't get a double one or you don't miss one. So you get it when you're a kid, and you basically keep it all the way through your life. But I don't want governments to decide where you can go based on your health. I know it's a bit weird, and it sounds common sense when you say it, but you start going down that route, and it gives governments too much power, I think. The government should be run by the people, and I think it gives governments too much power. I don't want to get political on this. I promised I wouldn't, and I don't want to judge any particular political party, but any government that gets too much power is apt to use it. So there you go. Be aware of governments that want too much power. So I'm just going to put this on because I can. And now we're going to go and finish up what we're doing. Oh yeah, music, Small Town Bliss. I really like this. So I want to thank each and every one of you for listening today. Don't forget to download the podcast, or favourite it, or whatever you do there. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that little bell for notifications. We also have a page on Facebook called @LWMST. And we post pictures to Instagram, mostly food. That's called Living with MS Tenerife, a bit longer there. And don't forget to go to timothydowd.com, a website where you can send me a message. You can find out how to sponsor the channel. You can even find out how to join me live on screen Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:55. And of course, there's a link to the blog, which basically links to all the other videos that we do. I'd like to thank you all again. And don't forget, we're here for you whenever you like. See ya. And that's the end of the podcast. You guys that stick around to the end here, I'd like to thank you very much, because it's the watch time that Google counts as well. And also how long people stayed watching. So are you engaged is what they say. Just to show Google that you are engaged, don't forget to click that little thumbs up. That helps a lot. And if you have any social media like Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, press the share button and just say, hey, I just saw this. Tim's an idiot. That type of thing. Okay. We're going to do this now. Google thinks you're going to like this one. And if you press the little square button there, that'll take you to where you can find out how to sponsor the channel. And the little round one is just in case you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.